Hello everyone. Don't mind the eyes. I figured I don't do makeup videos anymore, but I do still enjoy doing makeup. So for you guys, you get a little pink number. It's a little different. I don't think these are even the spiky bits, but it's whatever. And yes, I know my hair needs. Don't even stop. Anyway, welcome back to Reading Reddit. Today we're reading from the r/relationship_advice subreddit. I have been with my partner for nearly 9 years now. Engaged for 3, I think. Either way, there's no way in me saying that I have a perfect relationship or have the ability to give you advice, but we're going to try. We're going to try because me and my partner have been through a lot in nearly 9 years, as I'm going to assume a lot of people do in relationships. If you're wondering what this is a straw. How do I need to put this somewhere where you can't see it better. Okay. So we're gonna read, and we're gonna see if we can give advice. If you have advice, drop it down below. Not necessarily meaning that these people are gonna see my video, they're probably not going to. But if someone's going through the same thing, that's a very niche subject. Advice is allowed. If you have a relationship situation you want advice from me or someone else, drop it in the comments and we'll get back to you. Anyway, without further ado, we have 3 stories. Let's read them. Alright. So, my boyfriend, 25, saw an old video of me, 24, and was disgusted. How do I get over this? Was it before your relationship or? Who knows? Okay. So I never thought I'd make an advice post on Reddit, but everyone in my present life is super split on the issue and can't really relate. I genuinely don't know how to fix this. So my boyfriend, we've already got the ages, so we'd have to say that again. My boyfriend and I have been together for a little over a year. We met at literary convention last year as an elementary school teacher with love of reading, and clearly I do not have love of reading, and he is working towards becoming an English professor. Our relationship is the first truly long-term one I've had. Brain not working. You've been together a little over a year. Well, how bad have your relationships been to be that short? Sorry. Advice, not judging. And he has had no major issues. He is considerate and communicative and extremely affectionate in both words and actions. Even with people he doesn't like, he is always willing to give the benefit of the doubt and avoids saying bad things about them. This is why what happened last week was so shocking to me. Just scroll down a little bit. For context, I'm struggling with weight quite a bit growing up. Up until when I was 20, I was always on the heavier side, which greatly impacted my confidence and life experience. During my sophomore year in college, I had a dramatic event occur involving a group of girls and a prank that made me realize how much my weight impacted how people viewed me and would impact my future. Following that, I lost 100 pounds in 2 years. Well done. I'm struggling to do that at all. I can't drop the weight. so well done. And made some substantial life changes, including a large amount of people in it. The changes to my appearance also didn't stop with my weight, as during this time I changed my style, haircut and colour, and the way I did my makeup. All this to say, it was quite a dramatic transformation, so it's not unreasonable for someone to not recognise me. In addition to that, the vast majority of people currently in my life know only the me post weight loss, and it's not something I advertise. Last week, an old college friend of mine came to stay with me, and she was attending a wedding in the area. She was my roommate throughout school, so she had a front row seat to the entirety of the events. Since I don't talk much about my time in college, my boyfriend was extremely interested in hearing her stories. His interest was piqued. So how you spell peaked? Oh, I would have. When she mentioned a dance competition we won early sophomore year, this accumulated in her scrolling back through her camera roll to find the video of the performance and showing him. Oh, scroll too far. I said scroll too far. During this, I was finishing cleaning up dinner and only walked out when they were actively watching the video. I saw his face recoil in disgust. Let's see where this is going. As she pointed out the section I was in, he asked, "The one next to the humpback?" My friend looked at me in complete shock and concern, and I knew immediately what had happened. She told him no and quickly pulled her phone away. I clarified that the humpback was me and asked him to leave for the night. He immediately looked devastated and started apologising profusely, saying he had no idea and that he would never speak like that about me. Yeah, but that means you fat shame anyone who's on the bigger side, which, regardless of if she is that now or wasn't that now, she's going to walk around with you thinking anyone who's on the heavier side, you're just going to bully, which is not, it's not nice. You're a fat shamer. No one likes a fat shamer. I told him he just did, and said I needed space. He left after more apologising, and my friend apologised as well, saying she didn't know he would respond that way. I said it was fine, but ended up crying most of the night. It's not your friend's fault. She assumed he would be a nice guy, and he was clearly not. Clearly not. The next morning, he intercepted me on my daily run with flowers and coffee and apologised again, saying I was the most beautiful girl he knew. I said it was fine, but told him to keep the gifts for now since I had to finish my run. The next, next paragraph. I'm pretty thick-skinned when it comes to comments about my body, but something about him saying something like that isn't leaving me. I feel the urge to recoil every time he touches me and haven't been reaching out first for last week. He's noticed, of course, and apparently brought it up to one of our mutual friends to ask for advice. This friend found an old picture of me through a college acquaintance Instagram. it spread through our friend group. I've had multiple of them reaching out to me saying there is no way he could have known that, or that it was a fair response, and I shouldn't be upset since I knew he wasn't into fit girls. Since I knew he was into fit girls, but I can't fucking read. I thought he was into me. I told them to stay out of it and asked my boyfriend why he involved them. He became furious once he found out that they did and started crying, saying he didn't want to lose me and he didn't know what to do. I tried to tell him it was fine, but he told me he knows it's not because I don't look at him like I love him anymore. I don't know. He's a great guy. We're happy. People are allowed to have types. It's just that nothing feels the same anymore. I can't look at him the same. I don't want to lose him either over one small thing. Is there any advice on how to get over this? Break up with him. Break up with him. I'm sorry. He called, regardless of whether he knew it was you or not, which obviously you said he didn't know it was you. He called a heavier person a humpback. Called him a whale. Because he saw a bigger person. Regardless if your type is thin, fit women, because let's be honest, I like me a fit mask lesbian woman. I'm bi, by the way, if that helps. That's my type of woman. But let's be honest with you, Rhea Ripley, I'm gonna let you riptide me repeatedly and not even question it. But regardless of your type, that doesn't then mean you bring other women down that aren't your type. You do not call big people whales. Absolutely not. Anyone who treats bigger women like that, I know I'm on the bigger side, but even if I was thin, no. Absolutely fucking not. You might think that, but keep it up here. Don't say it into the world. We get that's not your type, but no. Stop. Don't fucking talk about people like that. How do you know it wasn't just going to tip her over the edge and you say it about the wrong person and you get a blood on your hands? That's all I'm going to fucking say. You've had a great year and a bit, but you've now found his ugly side. And his ugly side is hating what you used to be, which, regardless of if you've lost weight and you're happy the way you look now, it's still going to be an insecurity and it's still right there. It's still right there. All it needs to do is be triggered and you put the weight back on. I've been there. I can't even get back to skinny, but I've been there. That's all it fucking takes. It's one slight trigger and you're back to it. And then he's not going to love you anymore because you put on a little bit of... What happens if you have kids and you put on a little bit of... in some places? He's not going to love you because you're not the fit girl he likes. I feel like he's that kind of guy. Now that's just my opinion. Let me know down below what you think, but I think it's better to get out now than be further down the line and he decides he doesn't like you when you're pregnant or afterward because you got all bitter a bit of something, you know. I'm outie on that one. No, get out of that relationship. All right, story number 2. Hopefully this one I won't want to kill someone for being rude. I'm kidding. I wouldn't. But I do want a bitch laughing. Just like... Right, anyway. My 31 male pregnant wife's female 29 friend privately made a very Your pregnant wife's friend privately made a very suggestive comments towards you this evening. This was 4 days ago. How do I address this with my wife right away? Honey, I know she's pregnant. Hormones are a little... walk up to her and be like, I need to have a conversation with you privately about your friend. She said this to me. Don't have to believe me. That's fine. Yeah, she said this to me. I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it. Make it go away. I'll just speak to your missus. You said wife, which means you've been together long enough to be married. She's pregnant, which means seriousness. You can have a conversation. I had plenty of conversations with my partner, and we're not even married yet. Just... That's my initial thought, is just voice your opinion. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not reading comments on these ones because I'm giving my advice. We don't need anyone else's, but I'm giving my advice. Okay. So that's my initial thought. What's your guys' initial thoughts? And then let me know at the end of the story if you're still on the same page, which I'm going to assume we are, but I want to know what she said. He better tell us. Because I want to know now. If he doesn't, I'm going to find him and ask him. Okay. This evening I went out with my wife, 2 of her friends, and one of our couple friends for dinner. My wife is almost 5 months pregnant with our twin daughters. Congratulations, first of all. I am insanely happy in our marriage and absolutely adore her with all of my heart. I'm aware of the fact that she has a group chat with some of her close friends where they maybe share some intimate things in our marriage. She's made jokes about things some of her friends have said. One of her older friends in particular has made jokes and has been maybe a little overly playful with me. And I've kind of noticed she wasn't always joking. I caught a bad vibe from her the times I've met her. And she would ask me super candid questions that were maybe not appropriate to ask someone's friend's spouse. To ask a friend's spouse. When I told my wife about things she said, she thought she was just joking, and I thought it was funny. And thought it was funny, but I was 99% sure she wasn't. Anyway, at dinner tonight, my wife and other friends left to go to the bathroom before the food arrived, and the other couple was at the far end of the table, and she was sitting next to me on my right, on the opposite end. So they're at that end, you're at this end of the table, so okay, the conversation. Right. As soon as they walked away, she touched my arm and said something along the lines of, "Hey, I know you," and my wife's name, "really have a lot going on right now, and that it's a lot, You had a lot going on, and it's a lot. And yeah. Wait, sentence. If you ever need to talk about anything, I'm always here, and I'll always keep it between us. Seems a bit innocent, really. I hope it gets worse, because right now I'm starting to think you're a bit of a... You read into it a little bit too much. Unless it's the you don't like the arm touching. I get. But the sentence wasn't really that bad. It wasn't what she said, but it's the way she said it. God, I wish I could hear how she said it. And it was very clear what she meant. I work in sales leadership and read people for a living. And there was no misunderstanding about what she meant. And she made several comments towards me before and after I very directly dismissed it. She implied very suggestively that it was a standing offer. That's when I was very certain she meant something very different. A standing offer that you could talk to her at any time. I don't really read that as suggestive. Unless she was like, wink, wink, you know. At this point, I want to address this with my wife. I want to do it the right way. Get her alone. Say, hey, your friend said this, like this. Seemed very suggestive and uncomfortable. You know. I know she won't be upset with me, but my biggest concern is that she will be dismissive at first and think it wasn't legitimate. She's also only been in the US for about 4 years and moved here from Sweden, and this girl is one of her first friends she has made, and she has struggled to make friends a little bit. She misses is Swedish, or the friend is Swedish. I just want to be straight up without hurting her too much. How do I handle this conversation the right way? Edit. 425? I don't know what that means. Oh, it's the date. The 25th of April, so it's literally like 4 days ago. So it's the same day you posted it, I think. I sat down and talked to my wife about it this morning and just told her everything directly and straight up while offered her assurance. She had handled it very well, but I think she's still processing some stuff. She also admitted that one of her friends told her in confidence that she may have said some not nice things about her and made several comments about me in conversations with her friends, so she was already kind of suspicious. Also, the friend's already a bit of a dick. Alright, okay. The other thing my wife picked up on that I actually didn't is that we were sitting in a large partitioned U-shaped outdoor cabana booth. So it's one of them, and then there's like a table in the middle, I'm assuming. Kind of thing that can probably fit 10 to 12 people. So a really big one, okay. People easily. My wife was sitting on my left. She sat directly on my right at the very end of the booth, only next to me instead of sitting next to her or our other friends, where there were a ton of open space. So she picked up on that. Yeah, so there's all that space, and instead of sitting in the friends, she sat at the end next to you. Yeah, that's a little suspicious. Okay. we're working on how to handle it, but I think the best course of action is that I straight up message this girl, tell her I didn't appreciate that and that I told my wife. She will have to figure out how to address that with her friend group, but she basically said she can fuck off. I'm proud of her for handling that in a straight voice. Did you say she was pregnant at the beginning of the message? Hang on. I can't scroll, it won't let me. Yeah, you said she was pregnant, so, I mean, I think it's just that she ain't dealing with the bullshit while she's pregnant sort of situation. Because I fucking wouldn't. She's got enough on her plate, carrying your kids. She don't need to be dealing with bullshit friends, just saying. She's just, you know, getting that out of the way. She's got more important things to deal with. Okay. We have another update. So update 2. I ended up messaging her on Instagram yesterday evening. But this was 2 days ago. Okay. I ended up messaging her on Instagram yesterday evening and basically told her that she was an awful person and how disrespectful that was, and straight up told her that my wife is aware. She has not responded, but I know she saw it, because I think Instagram tells you when people have seen it. My wife told a few people privately over the phone what happened, and it kind of came out that several of them did not like her and were kind of off-put. Some of the things she has said and done, but they were nice to her because she was my wife, and my wife and the other girl's friend. Hang on, what? My wife told a few people privately over the phone what happened, and it kind of came out that several of them did not like her and were kind of put off by some of the things she said and done, but they were nice to her because she was my wife and one of the other girl's friends. Oh, so not friends with your wife? Huh? Several of them actually genuinely apologized to her and me for not saying anything because they didn't know she was actually serious about some of the things she said. Oh, I think that sentence did not come out right. It kind of sounded like they don't like your wife, not don't like the girl. I'm confused. My wife has handled it super well, and I think it's a positive for her because she now knows who her true friends are and can surround herself with only positive influences, and I think that's great. I hate that she has to deal with this, but sometimes we learn the most from tough situations. Oh, so some of them don't like both of them. Oh, okay. Well, I don't have to give you advice because you told me the outcome. But yeah, my whole thing was just tell her. Sit her down, tell her, which is what you did. So you did it right. I don't think it could have ended any better. You sat down, you told your wife, which, good. Thought you should have done. That's what I said at the beginning. Your wife knew some things, noticed some things, and you found out that some of your friends group just weren't meant to be. Now your friend circle's a little bit smaller, which, to be honest, smaller is sometimes better. I'm sorry, there's a very bad windy storm that's going out. only like 3 o'clock, and we have like a windstorm going on apparently. Whilst it's sunny as fuck. Yeah, so the smaller friend circle, I say, the better, because it's better to have 1 or 2 friends that are genuinely your friends than have a group of people who are not. I am very sorry this is happening to you, and happening to your wife, especially while she's pregnant. But I guess it's for the better. Would you say it's for the better? I think it's for the better. Yeah. Anyway, I think we've got one more, and it's actually quite short. So if we just quickly go through this one, give some advice, and then we're okay. You guys can go. Don't forget, if you've got a subreddit you want me to read from, drop it down below. If you've got any resolution, put my teeth back in. If you've got any relationship advice, or for these, put them down below. If you've got a relationship thing you want advice for, also drop that down below. Fill my comments with stuff. It doesn't have to be related to the video, I guess. Because that person who was geeking out over this toe, I see you. Right, last story. This video is going to be a lot longer than all the other Reddit stories, but Reddit videos, but it's a short one, don't worry. Okay. My 32 male girlfriend, 29 female, let her struggling friend crash on our couch, and now I feel like a stranger is in my home. In my own home. Our home? We went from our couch to my home. How do I handle this without being the villain? You went straight from it's our house, our couch. Well, our couch, my. Someone's a little pissed off. So, our couch, our home. And if your girlfriend don't live there, then she shouldn't be allowing some random person staying on your couch. My girlfriend, Sarah, and I have been living together for 2 years. Okay, so it's our home, not my home. Okay. Everything was great until about 3 weeks ago when her best friend, Chloe, I have my own thing about Chloe. We're not getting into it. Went through a messy breakup. Sarah asked if Chloe could stay with us for a few days until she found a new place. But it turned into 3 weeks. I agreed because I wanted to be supportive, but 3 days went 3 days has turned into 3 weeks, and there is no end in sight. Yeah, I'd be like, Chloe and someone else, we said 3 days. The problem is Chloe's completely taken over our living space. Well, she will have done. She's sleeping on your couch. I work a high-stress job, and all I want to do when I get home is sit on my couch, play some games, hang out with my cats. But every time I walk into the living room, Chloe is there. She's either watching reality TV or max volume. Bitch, you have neighbours. Turn that shit down. Taking up a whole couch with her laundry, or talking loudly on the phone. My cats are stressed because she's constantly moving their stuff around, and I've basically been relegated to my bedroom if I want any space. I've tried talking to Sarah about it, but she immediately gets defensive. She says Chloe is fragile right now, and that I'm being heartless for wanting to kick her out when she has nowhere to go. I'm not saying she has to live on the street, but I pay 70% of the rent, and I currently feel like a guest in a hostel. Last night I tried to sit down and play some Dota. I want to say that short for something else. I don't know. No, I can't figure it out. And Chloe actually asked me to use headphones because the clicking was giving her a headache in my own living room. I'm going to assume clicking of the buttons. Yeah, a headset wouldn't fix that. I don't know if there's clicking in the game, but if it's clicking the buttons, the headset's not going to do anything. I love Sarah, but I'm starting to resent both of them. I feel like my boundaries are being completely ignored in favor of her friend's comfort. How do I sit Sarah down and make her understand that Chloe needs a hard deadline to move out without it turning into a fight about me not caring about her friends? I think that's just yeah, you basically just shorten it into one solid question. Yeah, I think you really need to sit your missus down and be like, look, we agreed to 3 days. It's been 3 weeks. And just explain that it makes you feel like a guest in your own house. And that it's not fair because obviously it is your house. You can't sit on your own sofa after a very stressful day, and it's making the animals stressed. Making animals stressed stresses me out. Don't stress out the animals. Now calm down. Just sit down and explain to her. But also explain, it's not that I don't care. I do care. I feel bad that she's gone through this breakup. I don't mind helping her in any way of trying to find somewhere else to stay. Not to pay for, you're not paying for it, but like try and help her. But she can't stay much longer because you want your house back. I don't know what to say if she still argues. Because don't shout it at her. Don't like say it in a frustrated way. Say it nice and calmly. Nice calm conversation. I don't know what to say if she's still pissed off if you do it nicely. Yeah, I'd just say sit down and have a conversation with her. If me and my partner are having a bit of a disagreement, we sit down, we each take it in turns to voice our feelings as calm as possible. I sometimes get a little bit irate, but that's me. But just like sit, talk to each other. You've said you've been living together for 2 years, but I'm going to assume you were together a little bit before you moved in together. So 2+ years. At that point, I think y'all can have a conversation of feelings, nice, calmly, talk about the situation, then do what must be done. I definitely say don't kick the friend out without talking to your missus first. Mainly because obviously it's her friend. And it has to be like a joint thing. I mean, I don't want to say if she argues with it, just do the whole, well, I pay 70% rent, so I say this is how it goes, because then that's going to cause more arguments. But what would you guys do in this situation? I say just sitting and talking. You've already said you've sat and talked to her before, but I feel like actually like just sit down, like, right, don't talk till I'm done, and lay it all out calmly. Let's not start an argument. Let's zen. Let's just woosah. Let's just calm it down, lay it all out. Now you can talk this is your turn. And just, you're both grown-ass adults. Around about the same age as me and my partner. So I know you're old enough to sit down and have a grown-ass conversation. And just, yeah. I think that's what you should do. Sit and have a conversation. If the conversation doesn't work, I don't really know what to say afterwards, because put myself in the woman's shoes of this relationship. I would really fucking hate it if I was constantly reminded of, well, I pay this much, so... Because I hate being reminded about money, because my partner has more money than me. So, I wouldn't drop that one, but I would say just have a conversation with her. I'd say what's the worst thing that could happen, but obviously the worst thing that could happen is a breakup. And then, yeah, your girlfriend and her friend need to find somewhere to be. So try not, because then you have two homeless people. I'd say have a conversation with her, lay it all out, even suggest helping Chloe find somewhere to live without having to pay for it, of course. See how it goes. This was 2 days ago. Hopefully you have sat down and had a conversation with her. Is there anything in the comments? Helpful. Someone in the comments says there is a such thing as findinghelp.org for housing resources. So, give her that. Sorted. Right. Awesome sauce. Okay. I am going to leave this video here. If you have a subreddit you want me to read, leave that down below. If you have advice for these people, leave that in the comments. If you have a relationship story of your own that needs some advice, I'm not saying I'll be good at it, but you can always drop it below and I can give some opinions. If you like this video, hit the like button, share, subscribe, bell icon for the next video, which should be Friday. I think it should be Friday. And I will see all you lovely people in the next one. Bye-bye.